I forgot we were against Bones next. We've made it pretty far in this tournament. It's pretty good so far. Hang on, Bones. Let me look at your deck first. Pretty much the same thing. He's running like more interaction, which is scarier because like single combats and concerted strikes are like one of the ways we lose. And Radiant's not bad. Like we actually do have like an elusive game plan that Radiant, like a single lifesteal from that might stop. Okay. This is way worse for us. Yep. This one, he actually runs like actual interaction. So we start with Min as always. Is everyone just running Targon Zoe decks? Yes. Are you in the quarterfinals? Am I? I don't think it's quarterfinals yet. I don't know. Double Elim is weird. I don't like, there's not even technically necessarily quarterfinals in Double Elim in the same way. Okay, so this one's a little awkward. Okay. We've got Zoe turn 1. Sometimes that's all you need. Oh, he doesn't have it. That's such a good feeling. That's just all you need, baby. That's all you need. We've got the Eye of the Dragon as well. Feels good. He doesn't have anything else on 3. Oh, yeah, Eye doesn't stop his attack because we used our spell mana. Okay, whatever. So I can, it's interesting. If I Star Chart and Snake, this is the best time to Star Chart. Yeah, I guess I have to Star Chart and Snake. Hitting Snake is just like a game win right now. How do we lose these? Oh, so this plays around Hush, so suddenly Hush can't kill Zoe. So now he needs to like single combat the Zoe, which he can do. But if he doesn't have single combat, that's even bigger for Hush. But yeah, single combating the Zoe still does a pretty good amount here. Is there a developmental Punisher actually? If I sketch her first, then when he singles, then I can Pale. And at least like keep my Snake alive, which is a pretty big deal. There's not a big developmental. If he plays a unit plus Hush, anything plus Hush, yeah, I guess I do have to open attack then. I do, it's really awkward that I can't Pale here. That's probably the most awkward thing. I think this is why playing Eye was a misplay. Like I'm supposed to like guiding Pale right now. So, I mean, he is successfully able to kill the Zoe. I don't have the 2 spells I need here. Yeah, single's really good for him there. There's not really anything I can do about that. Like, paling would have been pretty efficient, but I can't do it now. Yeah, this feels bad. Even if you Pale, it dies. Yeah, but Pale to efficiently draw me a card and save the Snake and stop him from getting extra gem, that's still worth it. But yes, it doesn't protect it, which is why Sketchering first isn't proper. It would have been nice. I don't know if I can go for Hush in this matchup. Against like an open attack, I could see an argument to like developing Dog or something. We have a decent on the open. Let's just pass here. No reason to sketch her. Swim is top 12 currently, 8 in losers and 4 in winners. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. So I mean, if I want to, I can threaten a Pale block. He'll probably just play his own Pale at that point. And I'm actually kind of okay like turning that line into a Hush. I can also let it happen and just make sure Dragon Link stays alive. I want to cycle this hand pretty aggressively. You know what? If he can't kill the other Zoe, then sometimes playing all these cards after Zoe is what lets her level up. If he can't kill the other Zoe. I think I might just discard Hush now then. So he's looking for, he snapped that by the way. He's looking for like Meteor, like deal 4, deal 1 would be really premium for him right now. But that's his entire mana pool, so Zoe would be able to Pale and live if he did that. So I'll start with a Guiding Touch, I think. I do want to play ideally 2 spells this round. And if Guiding doesn't draw me anything good, then I'll discard Hush. So Lee's pretty good. I think I do just discard Hush here. I mean, I can develop into next turn pretty well, though. There's a call to do that next turn instead. I don't think Hush is really important in this kind of board state in this exact matchup. So as tempting as Snake is, it's a lot less good right here, and we actually do need to, like, replenish hand. So we have to Messenger. The question is, do we want to open attack? And the answer is no, because we're kind of bricking our own Pale again by open attacking. So we just, this time we're banking full. Because now if he does the Meteor, if he did just get Meteor and he does it, then we've got a really good Pale. He kind of has to deal 4 to the Zoe because of that, and then his Meteor is not really doing anything else actually at all. So it's obviously way too early for Lee Sin. Mentor feels pretty good here. I guess Mentor gives him a really good Meteor because he does it on Zoe for 4 and then Mentor for 1. So Dog first is a bit better. I'm not sure if playing around Meteor makes any sense here. I think it's more likely Comet. Yeah, and we just want to maximize our threat here, so we just go in with Mentor and keep Pale up, right? Like, this is just super solid. So he could easily have like Concerted here. It would feel really bad for him to Concerted on this board. Like, it would just be like 5 mana kill something, which is terrible. So now he's down to 3. So it's still the Hush hand before that has the ability to deal with Zoe. So I'm never mentoring the Zoe here. Mentoring the Eye looks pretty good though. Mentoring the Eye is like pretty annoying. If he pales, then Zoe lives. So I'm okay if he like pales the goat into the Eye. That's not even really that good of an exchange. And yeah, and the rest of these attacks are just good. I could see an argument to not attack with Sketcher is the one thing, but I don't think it's even a big argument. So yeah, this is why we don't buff Zoe, because like the thing about buffing Zoe is if he can't deal with Zoe's attack, then we're happy anyway. So we're just playing into our lose condition by putting all of our eggs in one basket, right? If that makes sense. Here, because of our hand with Lee Sin and Pale, we actually just want all these gems back. I think paling to kill this goat is just fine. Like, this goat is pretty obnoxious. This Pale is our... Oh, it's not our second spell for this turn for Eye. Maybe the goat actually just, like, doesn't matter. I mean, I guess we can use Gem if we want Eye, but that's also not great. Is it possible this... No, this goat has to matter, right? This goat has too much of a chance to matter. I want a Cyclist. I'd use it on Mentor. So Mentor is kind of the bigger exchange because we kill a unit and keep a unit alive. But the thing is, like, I actually just want my Mentor to die now. Like, when we have Lee, and when he's 3 out of 8, and when we're attacking again on 7, Mentor dying this turn is the only way our Lee can actually swing in for the attack on 7 in the way we want. So he still hasn't played the Invoke he got from Priestess yet. That's this card between these two gems. So he's got a pretty good lifesteal here. What is my spell thief fitting? He's played Hush, and he hasn't played a single... He's played Hush and single. He hasn't played a single gem yet, which is funny. If he plays a single, then I can, like, counter single here, which is nice. Yeah, I guess, I mean, we just wait for him to do his thing first. He kind of can't pass here. Like, passing here is actually almost considerable, but he really, really needs to just threaten something here. So, hushing it is kind of not awful. All it does is stop the lifesteal. If it could save the Eye of the Dragon, it would be a lot better. I think we just have to not care about this and win off of Zoe and Lee. We can play the Lee this turn. The second single is really obnoxious, though. If he has second single, that's so bad. I think I can't play around second single. So I think I just have to play Zoe and then Lee this turn. It's just too good of a hand. Yeah, it's hard for him to have it there, which is why we can do that, but that would be a blowout, obviously, if he did. So yeah, even with these gems, because we top decked Goat, we're one spell off of Lee actually like leveling here. And we forced out a lot. We forced out a single and a Hush so far. Forced out 2 Hushes. And the Zoe, even though it's late in the game, still has the ability to level. So I'm still finding potentially Hush and single are the only 2 things we're finding off of spell. And our Zoe should actually just be pretty safe here, right? I think we just open attack with 1 gem on Zoe and 1 gem on Lee. If this Eye of the Dragon we drew was a spell, by the way, then our Lee would level this turn. I'm kind of letting him hush the Lee a little bit by doing this. Yeah, I guess this is what it has to be. Second Hush, okay. So, I mean, we can keep it alive. If he has no other reaction, then we can keep this alive if we hit single. The problem is he hasn't had an opportunity to concert it yet, and this would be just like, you know, a game-winning blowout concerted, right? I'm also playing into Pale a bit. It might have been... I should have gemmed the Messenger so we can beat Pale when this happens. Pale is just insane value. Yeah, gemming the Messenger +1 actually mattered, just for this, like, Hush Pale hand. That's so annoying if it's second Hush Pale and we lose to that. Okay, so no concerted, no Pale. He might just blow up the Lee here. Yeah, he has to, which is okay. I mean, that's the concession you make, but he's low on mana and low on resources, and we still have a Zoe. Like, we're just kind of like burning down each other's resources here. So, like, yeah, that's we're not super happy that our Lee is dead, but that's still necessary. Like, that's still fine that that happened like that. Third Zoe wins. So he can't have concerted, which is nice. He didn't just top deck Eclipse Dragon there, so he just wants the Nightfall. So we just have to Crescent here. Ugh. I mean, I guess like an Equinox. Equinox is actually okay here. I guess I'm actually Equinoxing this. As dumb as that is. He's not at low enough health to win without Zoe here. Yep. And he rolled the thing that kills Zoe. Holy shit. Off of Eclipse Dragon. He got the charger off of Eclipse. Damn, that's really bad. Yeah, I think we just lose. I don't think we can win anymore. Like, even if we draw another Lee Sin, which would be really lucky at this point, then he'd still be good. He's just good. I think his deck is pretty good right now. Like, his deck is exactly where you want to be. It's like, it's a nice balance of proactive and reactive value. With some good, like, flexible tech options. So yeah, I mean, I'll give myself a turn or two to draw Lee Sin, I guess. Couldn't you have leveled her up? No, she already saw a gem. Yeah, bit of a yikes. Even if I draw Lee next turn, it's just too late. All right, this might be where our run comes to an end, guys. Losing game 1 yet again. Did I lose game 1 in... I lost game 1 in all 3 series today. Oh, except for the last one, yeah. Targon just has too much. Targon's, yeah, kind of insane. I wonder what we can try to draw here to win this game. Like, even if we draw Lee, it's not good here. Yeah, I don't know why I'm playing this out. We draw Lee into Zenith and we're still not good. Yeah, I'll just concede here. Like, that feels so bad. What do you think about your performance so far? I'm okay with it. I made some pretty important, necessary, like, plays. I saw some, like, really weird plays that weren't necessary. I made, like, 1 or 2 misplays, but I'm fine with it. So now we have to sideboard. Sideboarding against that deck. So first we check out what Bones' side is. So this is Bones' side. Divergent paths. Another person running paths. I don't know. Maybe in the mirror it makes more sense killing the thing. So that's fine. I do think paths is kind of a baity sideboard card. One of concerted. So he can run a 3rd concerted. And yeah, he's putting a sunburst. A lot of people are sideboarding sunbursts. He's not doing the mind splitters like some other people. Lux? Lux is interesting. I guess this is a matchup where he might be inclined to go for Lux over Asol. If I were him, I probably would, right? That charger pull was insane. Yeah, that charger pull might have just been it. That might have just, like, decided it. So, yeah, it's just like, you know, the same stuff. An extra sunburst and extra concerted strike. Nothing really unusual. So, we changed the side invoke here. How do I want to do this? He doesn't have the mind splitters. Will of Ionia is still kind of a necessary counter to, like, single and concerted, I think. I don't mind Eye as a 3-of. The Sketchers and the star charts do a lot less when Mind Splitter isn't how we lose. Like, a lot of these cards are literally just Mind Splitter tech. That's important to understand. Like, they're good cards, but that's why it's like a 3-of, which you could easily argue even against Mind Splitter shouldn't be a 3-of. But yeah, like this card is just how we beat Mind Splitter. So definitely coming down a bit less on star charts, and Sketchers. I think the 1-mana 1/1 doesn't really matter as much here. Like, it's an important anti-Zoe card, and that's about it. Nopify for single. No, the problem is that's the only card in the deck Nopify hits. Like, I can run Nopify, but it'll get blanked if he doesn't have single, which is really, really bad. So we're at 38. What else do we have? Potential Guiding Touch. I don't want to go down to 1-eye. Sketcher. I need to, like, I guess I'll pull up my sideboard here. Because I don't like, I have it in my head, but it takes a while to actually get it out of my head. Star Shaping. 3rd Deep Mage. Palm. Palm is alright. I think Palm is definitely, like, I mean, this is the matchup where Palm makes sense, basically. I think as a 2-of, although it could be a 1-of here. It just, like, helps beat challengers. 2 Palm, 2 Will of Ionia. 2 Deny, 2 Bastion. Looks good. Then we've got 2 Star Chart, 1 Sketcher, 1 Hush. I do feel like Hush is a lot less necessary here. I don't know. Against Plaza, they have to develop into their attacks, which makes Crescent better. So Palm is worse. I mean, of course, you don't always get Crescent, but the thing is that the synergy this has is really impactful. I can run, like, 1 Palm. That's fine. I really don't think I need like Hush in this matchup. Spell Thief isn't bad. Maybe it's a 1-of as well. Yeah, maybe I can go to 2 Palm in addition to that. Okay, this looks good. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Sparklefly is Troll with Challengers. It can put real pressure on them with a lot of hands, though. The only thing is I could try to fit in Star Shaping for like an all-to-one con. I don't know how well that would work, though. Like, when his deck takes me to the late game, I think I can't beat him at that point for this exact matchup. Like, Star Shaping is good against, like, Ezreal Draven, but... yeah, I think we just have to go with this now. So, we're 0-1 against Bone so far. This could be it. We need to win the next 2 to advance. And I'm just going to keep in mind again his sideboard, which is... did he put Lux in for this matchup? Yeah, Lux in. He's running like 1 ASOL, 2 Lux. Interesting. Yeah, I guess he's only running 2 Lux, so he has to have an ASOL. So 2 Lux. He would have put Sunburst in, the 3rd Concerted. That's just it. It's just like Sunburst in addition to the Concerted. I can keep Deny with Lee. Wow, weird hand. Lee is so hard to protect against all of his tools. I mean, this hand is kind of almost perfect. I think I don't like I really want a couple more proactive plays. Like a Zoe is a really big deal. I think I kick Deny too. Like, Deny is useful, but it's not going to be useful until later. And Goat is kind of my proactive option. Weird hand. I don't hate it. Sick keep. The problem with keeping that is drawing Zoe is kind of like game winning. He doesn't have Sketchers, so I can play Zoe on turn 1. Unless I'm misremembering his deck, he doesn't have Sketchers. So I can play Goat here. I'm pretty sure there's nothing on 2 that punishes Goat. Hang on. Go back to the main. Yeah, there's nothing on 2 that punishes Goat here, really. Like, he can Starry and trade for it if he really wants. He doesn't have, like, 1 drop plus Hush. Alright, so this is literally the dream start. It's turn 2. I've got Goat and Zoe on board, and he's double floated. And now he's going to play Plaza, which gives us even more tempo. Okay, so he plays for Priestess instead. Everything that Priestess does is open attackable. So if we open attack, sometimes, you know, she doesn't really have anything. If we develop... I mean, the Priestess anti-development cards, he can't play Sisters this early. And I'm happy if he comets Zoe. So it's just the Meteor Shower on Zoe is awkward. Which means if I open with Zenith on Zoe, then he hushes Zoe, and that's a bit awkward. I mean, he's going to have to hush Zoe anyway. If I Zenith Zoe now, then he can single, which is even worse. Yeah, I just play another Goat. It's just Goat format. So he'll single now. I might have had to gem Zoe first. I mean, it doesn't matter. His unit surviving has a hard time mattering. But in this exact board state, like, we do have the opportunity to try to play like the aggressor. So making the Priestess die actually could have made the difference there. Interestingly enough, as bizarre as that is. So, I mean, if I open attack, he gets a pretty nifty Plaza. That's not great for me. I don't mind a Zenithing here. At 4 mana, we have to consider, like, how does he punish development? If he plays, like, a Sunforger, that's pretty bad. But Sunforger is going to be bad no matter what. I think I actually Zenith here. I don't think there's that much that punishes development. I think all the scary things he do actually punish open attacks. Like, Sunforger is going to get value no matter what. If he plays it here, I can actually skip the attack, I think. And just play, like, Eye and something. And if he has Sunforger, then it's going to be scary no matter what. The scariest thing... Here's the scariest thing that happens. I open attack, he plays Plaza, and then Sunforger next turn. And that's terrible for me. Against that kind of hand, I need to actually use my mana for pressure. And he could easily have Plaza. He wouldn't have played it on that turn if he did. So, yeah, I think I just attack with my 2 Goats here. This looks solid. I could try to go for a Snake instead of, like, saving Pale open. When am I going to Pale? I'm never going to Pale here, am I? Snake is actually such a blowout. If I have that aggro game plan, Snake is such a blowout. Like, we're aggro. I'm smorking this guy. That's just what we're doing. We're going in it. Like, we don't have anything else. If we can get him low for our lead, then we're fine too. Whew. Oh. So he's got a second Solari. He still hasn't played the card that he used from first Solari, which means there's a good chance it's Comet. Like Warrior, he'd probably play here. You'd have to play Warrior here. So his first card is probably Comet. And we should track the cards in hand because the first one and the second one have different probabilities of being different things. If I play Lee here, he can't kill it this turn. And next turn I can open with like a Zenith on Lee. That's safe from a lot of things. Not safe from like Sunburst. I think Lee is kind of a bait to play for here. I think I just want to Zenith my goat. I mean, it's just when we're smorking, we're smorking. It's just what we're doing. Meteor Shower. So we can keep it alive with Pale, and then we can just heal them all up with these goat gems. So the one dealing 4 is there. That's his entire mana pool. He played from the left side of hand, which means, yeah, he probably has Comet as his other card. This is insane. This is insane. So now we have all the gems to heal our goats up. And we have even Guiding Touch hits here. So both goats are 4/4s. We can heal both of them to basically max here with the gems. And again, we have the development if we want to. I can go like Mentor into the gem attack. I think we give him too much breathing room. We give him too much breathing room by not developing here. This is, however, the turn where we have to consider Sunforger being higher value. And Sunforger will be higher value here. God, if I open attack, he sometimes just dies. I don't think he can have Sunforger. I don't like open attacking. I think it's Mentor. I hate it. I think it's Mentor here. I might have had to gem before Mentor if he has like a weird second Comet, but I have Guiding Touch anyway, I guess. He totally can't have it. I think it's Sunforger is difficult for him to have here. The thing is, like, open attacking doesn't give me lethal against anything. I need to keep forcing pressure on him. If I attack and miss lethal, I let up pressure on him. That's a big deal. I can't open attack if I'm missing lethal. You guys have to understand that. That's so big. That's so big. So now, like, the things that are scary are the fast speed things, not anything else. So he gems that one. Oh, this is so interesting. This is so interesting. How should I split this? How should I spread this? We need to play around Hush. If he hushes a goat, they both just trade down. I think I can double gem this one and single gem the Mentor. He has a really hard time hushing a Mentor because he's hurt too badly. He could have Concerted to deal 3 here. Oh, I have to play around Concerted then, I think. Concerted over Hush. So yeah, to play around Concerted, I have to make this a 7/4, which plays into Hush a bit more, I think. But I think that's fine. Like, it's not playing into Hush much more. It's still not a good Hush at all. And now his health is low enough that I think our Lee Sin should be able to take the game. We're skipping a draw here. I think that doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, he still has Comet for our Lee Sin, which feels bad. Like, we don't have an answer to that. If he keeps up Comet, we are just good. I mean, he needs to attack into us. He truly has no choice here. This man has all 3 Hushes. Yeah, he's a pretty nuts player, I think. So there's the Sisters. Woof. I mean, Sisters, he can definitely lifesteal a bit. This is an opportunity to play Lee Sin. We're safe from Sunburst here. Yeah, we're safe from everything by playing Lee Sin right now. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So, this kind of stops the Sister attack. I mean, the Sister shouldn't be attacking there anyway. But the Lee is just safe here. Which is rare. Get some elusive. The sad thing with Lee here is I really want to Zenith Blade the Lee. Like, really badly. Sister attack here is pretty annoying too. I could have maybe played the other goat before Lee. I don't know if I can afford mana for that with the Lee kill condition though. Because now, like, I have a bit of a problem. Blocking with Lee, if he has Pale, we basically lose the game on the spot. I guess I have to block. I guess I don't block with anything, right? Because my Lee's just challenging the Sister and kicking it. So I guess I just tank it. And I can Goat to try to go a little bit wider. Like, Goat's not a terrible pressure play. He doesn't have Judgment on the side. Oh, he should be sideboarding 1 Judgment just so, like, people have to play around it, even if he never puts it in. That's sideboard value. The problem is I have a really hard time zenithing my Lee. Like, I'm pretty sure I can't zenith the Lee. Playing something at slow speed here loses to so much. I think I take the pass. Goat pressure is so much safer though. It's so much safer if he's forced to block here. If I develop with his Lee, and if he goes in for a Sunburst, which he's so easily on Sunburst right now, then we just lose the game on the spot. Like, we have another Lee, but it's still just not, it's not good. I'll lose way too much. So I think we have no choice but to just open attack with, like, a multi-comet hand. He's gotta be, I think he's gotta be out of Hushes by now. I can gem. Gemming the Lee, I think, is safer. Gemming the Lee has to be safer. So the Overwhelm Goat can challenge the 1/1. In this case, I guess Zoe. The Lee can always kick. I think it's just safe to kick the lifesteal one. I don't see there being an issue here at all. And we just want to spread out to like Hush and Concerted as much as possible. I wish I had like Bastioner Deny. It feels really awkward that I don't. It feels really bad to try to like bluff much here, man. I don't know. I can't even keep more mana up than this. Why pre-commit? Because gems can't post-commit. Bastion and Hutch? I don't think Bastion's in the deck. Why go below 4? I'm pretty confident he's in a position where he can't play around that. I might have had to put more into the Goat, though, than Lee. That could have easily been wrong. Okay, so he had the other Hush. I mean, we still have the Goat. But he's lifestealing a lot off of this. And, I mean, he's approaching the turn where his hand gets pretty unbricked. We also use the second Lee for the Sonic, which means all he has to do is just, like, kill this Goat with something normal, and our win condition has a really hard time getting there. Like, that Sisters is so good for him. Because, like, when we don't have the Lee, all he needs is the Golden Sister to lifesteal, like, once or twice, and then we can lose to that. 4 right away. No, we don't need to gem this. It's actually possible this Goat will still just win the game, even though he's got a big lifesteal thing, which is really funny. Never mind, he got the Equinox. Rip. I think that's all he needed. Like, we have some semblance of a win con, but his lifesteal should just be too much, and our hand is just out of resources right now. He owns the Zoe now. I mean, I'll block, but there's a chance that could do something. His health is still low. We don't have another Zenith in the deck, right? I used both of my Zeniths on both Goats. This is the third and last Zenith. Sparklefly win con. Yeah, I mean, Zoe level up can still be a win con. We still have elusives, and his health is low. The only problem is these 4 cards in his hands. That's the problem. Like, the problem is his hand range. Like, we would be good here, but his hand of bricked cards in the early game, the exact cards that he has in his hand right now, the cards that were messing up his early game, are the exact cards we need him to not have right now, but they are. And that's the issue. That's why this is worse than it looks. D-Meta's a nut straw. Insane top deck. He still has Comet. I'm pretty sure the card that I thought could be Comet was that was the same card that just ended up being Sisters. I'm pretty sure. But what he shouldn't have is more Hushes. So, like, my Zoe can attack with this Zenith Blade, for example. If I want to do an open attack, I have that option. And these palms are actually not useless. I can sometimes just, like, stall this game out in a really weird way. I start by Zenithing the Zoe, I think. Zenith Sparklefly. It's kind of interesting. Unfortunately, I need the Zoe to be able to attack here. Like, I have to assume the lifesteal isn't the deciding factor, basically. If we, you know, we have lifesteal on the, like, blocker Dragonlings, we've got Palm. We have to go for the Zoe stats over the Sparklefly. So another Zoe here is a hilarious draw. If I develop here, I can't protect my Zoe, but I can play another one. If I wait 2 turns to play the Sparklefly, and if I play the Paddle Star, my Zoe hasn't seen a gem yet. This Zoe has not seen a gem yet. So she'll see... Oh, I think I actually avoid playing Sparklefly now because of that. I think Sparklefly might be my elusive 2 turns from now that wins me the game. I think that's actually my win condition. Wow. It's nice Hush, dude. Well, I don't know how we beat these hands. Like, we can keep our Zoe alive. We can play the other Zoe. I think my win condition is leveling Zoe. 3rd Hush again. Yeah, sometimes that just happens. I think my win condition is straight up trying to level this Zoe right now. So I think I palmed to save the one with more charges. Because the other Zoe literally can't level up in turn, whereas this one actually has a chance. I don't know. It really sucks. Like, if he didn't have Hush there, even after all that, even after everything in the last several turns, if he didn't have that Hush there, we can totally be fine to win this game. So we've got the other palm, so we can't keep the Zoe alive from pretty much everything. His Zoe will open attack and draw another card, though, if we don't play the Sparklefly. If I don't have an elusive here, though, then I don't win the game by leveling Zoe at all. Yeah, I think I just have to do this. I have to play for kind of an absurdly narrow win condition. There's always, like, drawing another Lee. That could maybe work. 6? 6 makes us safe, right? So Zoe's at 5. Again, if he has, like, a concerted, if he has anything at this point, then he's good. But if we have the ability to do an elusive win con, then that's just how we win. So she's at 5. She hasn't seen the gem yet, and she hasn't seen the 2 Zoe things. So this will take her to 8. Sparklefly's the 9th, and then we just need to top deck a unique card for Zoe. We need to top deck a unique card for this Zoe. That's what we need to do. And then we can maybe win. If we do exactly that. This Eye was such a bad top deck. If this Eye was a unique card, I actually have a decent chance of winning the game on the next attack. But now I'm stuck on top decking a unique card. And also, the fact that, like, we can't open attack anymore. We could have literally, if this Eye was a unique card instead of Eye, we could have played it and open attacked with a full elusive board. We could have flipped Zoe this turn and then open attacked. That actually would have won, I think. If this Eye top deck. Oh, that's so crazy. I need the Dragonlings on defense. Oh, he's just got a spell to kill Zoe anyway. Okay, great. I mean, I've got lifesteal. I guess I'm hoping for like a weird deep med into something. This one should be game. But it's actually like, it's not the most game thing ever. Like, his hand could still be not amazing for him right now. Like, if we draw like Lee Sin and he can't kill us on his next turn or something like that. This card in his hand was the other one from last turn. So, I mean, we're just jamming up the Sparklefly and going in. Whee! Yeah, we've got nothing. I mean, we maximize our damage by full attacking. Keep one for Lee. And the problem, yeah, I can't keep one because I need the Eye to summon dragons on defense to survive. We might have to play around Triple Hush at this point because this is the second time it's happened. Yeah, but that's not how probability works. I can tell you the odds right now. Like, I know the odds. If he's keeping Hush in his opening hand, the odds of him drawing 3 Hush in a game is 1.5% or almost 2, depending on the stage of the game. If he's not keeping Hush in his opening hands, then the odds of Triple Hush is 0.5% or 0.4, something like that. Like, so it's dependent on that, but yeah, I mean, the odds don't change game to game. They're always the same. Yeah, GG. Woof. I'm pretty overall fine with how this tournament went. Like, the 3 games we had were ridiculous. I mean, I guess I could Hush the Lux now. That's kind of a play, Hushing the Lux right now. If we draw Deep Meditation, that has a chance of chaining it to something. Because Deep Med enables the mana from this, and then that will allow us to Dragonling yet again. Like, Deep Med into something into Lee, yeah. I mean, that's truly not happening. Give it our best. What if you draw Lee? I mean, if this was a Lee, even after all that, we might still be fine. But yeah, he's good. Well, we did pretty well in the tournament. We made it to what? You guys were saying like top 12. So out of 32, we're like upper third, which is, by the way, this is a stacked tournament. These players, like this tournament doesn't really have weak players in it. Like everyone in this tournament is very, very good. So I'm very happy to make like top third in this tournament. I obviously made a couple of misplays. I think the biggest thing is, you know, looking back, I definitely would have changed a couple things on the sideboard. That's super expected, of course. I think, I mean, I'm sure there's literally not a single person in this tournament that wouldn't at least change a few things on their sideboard right now if they could. Because sideboard's like, you know, a fairly unexplored format. There's potentially a lot to, you know, kind of, I guess, discover about it. Yeah, this isn't happening. I mean, it's funny. It's a good meme, but this is not happening. So one con? Yeah. Super cool on to concede. I'm a big fan of super cool on to concede. How do I do this the most? There's not really a play here. Normally it's like, it's good coming up with a good way to like pre-concede, but that's what we'll do. Whew, man. So yeah, honestly, I had a lot of fun today in these 4 games. We made it pretty far. I'm pretty happy with the deck overall, by the way. Like, I'd change a couple things with the sideboard, but the general logic of this build, expecting some people to run Mind Splitter and making sure that Equinox is our counter to Mind Splitter, feels pretty good. I'm reasonably happy with the Sunburst. We played 1 Lee Mirror. The Sunburst hit really big in one of the games. I could see Third Will. Yeah, Third Will is definitely one of the considerations as well. You know, I could change some minor things, but overall, this general direction for list, including like the main deck version, feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. I think in the first series we did like, we kind of sideboarded 1 or 2 too many units out. I mentioned that at the time. Seems fairly difficult winning against 6 Hush. Yeah, they've drawn 3 Hush twice in these games. That's nasty. That's nasty. But man, still made it pretty far, even with that. So yeah, that's it for the tournament. It was good. We had a good run. We actually did. I was a lot more worried there because, like, you know, at the start it wasn't going like as well, but we started like making, yeah, like the misplay or 2 we made were like more near the beginning. I cleaned up my plays a bit. We started making some like, we did make some like 7 head plays. Obviously made some 0 head plays, but that's fine. My point is it kind of balances out. And I hope you guys had fun like I did. All right, Game Wolf Ultimate and Grandpa's Scoozy. What's up, guys? Welcome to the 1FK Club. I don't think I'm gonna like start playing a bunch more tournaments like I used to. There was a couple months where I was just spamming tournaments. I was doing a lot of prep for tournaments, and I won 2 fight nights, which is like not bad. Like getting first place in 2 fight nights is all right. I've had some, you know, some losses for sure. But overall, I'm fairly happy with my tournament record. But what I will say is, like, the reason I do well in the tournaments that I do well in is because I spend a ton of time prepping. Like, I can out-prep anyone. I'm very, very good with the theory side of the game. But as a pilot, like, I'm always prone to making some misplays. And that's kind of the biggest problem. I think that you guys shouldn't expect too much of me in tournaments for the next while, unless there's something big that I'm, like, really prepping for. Because even though, like, I don't mind playing in tournaments here and there, like, it's fun, I don't have enough time to put as much, like, crazy prep time in to, like, you know, the kind of tournaments where I do very well in. Like, literally all of the tournaments that I've gotten first place in were I spent somewhere between 2 days to 7 days prepping, like, lineups for those tournaments, right? Which is, I just, like, I can't really do that because that's just way too much time, and, like, I have to do other things for, like, content for YouTube, for the site and stuff like that. I literally can't afford to spend that much time on every tournament, but it's still fun to play in tournaments. So you guys shouldn't have, like, crazy high expectations of me. Every once in a while, I'll win a tournament, but we'll still play in them. We'll still do pretty well.